Blissful Boost presents Top Carnivore Diet Mistakes Women Over 40 Make and How to Fix Them. Hey there, future carnivore champion. So you've taken the plunge into the world of the carnivore diet, where meat is king and carbs are a distant memory. You were probably expecting the pounds to melt away like butter in a hot pan, right? But now, you're standing on the scale and nothing. At this point, you may be starting to wonder if this whole no-carb thing is just a cruel joke. Don't worry, you're not alone. Let's dive into the common reasons why your weight isn't dropping as quickly as you hoped and what you can do to kick things into gear. Number 1, common pitfalls. Why you're not dropping pounds. All right, let's start with the basics. The carnivore diet is simple, right? Eat meat, more meat, and then a side of meat. So why isn't it working? Well, it's not as straightforward as it sounds. Think of your body like a car. If you're not putting in the right kind of fuel, it's not going to run smoothly. First off, you might not be eating enough fat. Yes, you heard that right. Not enough fat. On this diet, fat is your fuel. If you're skimping on it, your body will struggle to switch from burning carbs, which you've ditched, right, to burning fat. Imagine trying to drive a car on fumes. It's not going to get you very far, is it? Another thing to watch out for. Snacks. Even if it's just a tiny piece of cheese here or a strip of bacon there, those little bites can add up. When you snack, you're not giving your body the chance to tap into its fat stores. Instead, it's like you're topping up your gas tank every few miles. Your engine never gets to really stretch its legs and hit that fat-burning sweet spot. And let's not forget about those sneaky carbs. Maybe you're not downing a loaf of bread, but are you sure that sauce doesn't have sugar? Are you absolutely certain that keto-friendly snack isn't more carb than carnivore? Double-checking those labels might just surprise you. Number 2, embrace the fat. It's not the enemy. Remember back when everyone said fat was the bad guy? It's time to pivot, change, and evolve. In other words, it's time to flip the script. On the carnivore diet, fat is your best buddy. It keeps you full, happy, and most importantly, burning fat instead of storing it. Think of fat as the superhero of your carnivore journey. When you eat fatty cuts of meat like a ribeye steak, you're giving your body the premium fuel it needs to keep you going strong. Fat also plays a crucial role in hormone production, which is super important for weight loss, especially for women over 40. Hormones are like the managers of your body's energy, telling it when to store fat and when to burn it. If they're not happy, you're not happy. And let's be honest, fat makes everything taste better. Butter on your steak? Yes, please. Crispy bacon with your eggs? Don't mind if I do. By embracing fat, you're not just helping your body, you're also making your meals a lot more enjoyable. No one said dieting had to be boring, right? So next time you're at the butcher, go for the fatty cuts. And don't be afraid to add a dollop of butter or a splash of cream to your meals. Number 3, say goodbye to snacks. Stick to real meals. Now, let's talk about snacking. We all love a little nibble here and there, but on the carnivore diet, snacks are like those sneaky potholes that can mess up your ride. When you snack, your body doesn't get enough time to fully digest and use the energy from your last meal. Plus, most snacks, even the carnivore-friendly ones, aren't as filling as a proper meal. That means you're more likely to get hungry sooner, which could lead to overeating. Before you know it, you've polished off a whole bag of pork rinds without even realizing it. So, what's the solution? Stick to real, hearty meals. Aim for 2 to 3 meals a day and make sure they're big enough to keep you full until your next meal. Focus on meals that are rich in protein and fat. A big, juicy steak with a side of scrambled eggs is going to keep you fuller, longer than a handful of cheese cubes. And if you find yourself getting hungry between meals, it might be a sign that you need to add more fat or protein to your meals. Remember, on the carnivore diet, more is often better. Number 4, mindset matters. Stay committed and positive. Here's the thing. The carnivore diet isn't just about what you eat. It's about how you think. You've got to be in it to win it. And that means staying committed and keeping a positive mindset. It's easy to get discouraged when the weight isn't dropping as fast as you'd like. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your new body. If you're doing everything right, then trust the process. Your body is doing a lot of work behind the scenes, even if you can't see it right away. Part of staying committed is about setting realistic expectations. Yes, you might lose a lot of weight at first, but after that initial drop, things can slow down. That's totally normal. It's not that you're doing anything wrong, it's just that your body is adjusting to its new normal. And speaking of expectations, it's important to remember that this diet isn't just about losing weight. It's about feeling better, having more energy, and improving your overall health. So if the scale isn't moving, take a moment to check in with yourself. How do you feel? Are you sleeping better? Do you have more energy? These are all signs that the diet is working, even if the numbers on the scale aren't dropping as fast as you'd like. A positive mindset also means being kind to yourself. If you have a bad day or slip up, don't beat yourself up over it. Just get back on track and keep moving forward. This is a journey, not a race, and every step you take is a step in the right direction. Number 5, realistic expectations. Weight loss isn't always linear. Let's talk about that pesky plateau. You know, the one where the scale seems stuck and no matter what you do, the numbers just won't budge. It's frustrating, but it's also completely normal. When you first start the carnivore diet, your body goes through a lot of changes. You might drop a lot of weight quickly, mostly due to losing water weight and glycogen. That's the energy stored in your muscles. But after that initial drop, things can slow down. This is when your body starts to adjust to its new way of eating and the real work begins. But here's the thing. Weight loss isn't always linear. It's more like a roller coaster with ups, downs, and even some plateaus. And that's okay. Just because the scale isn't moving doesn't mean you're not making progress. During these plateaus, it's important to focus on the bigger picture. Are your clothes fitting better? Do you have more energy? Are you sleeping better? These are all signs that the diet is working, even if the scale isn't showing it. It's also a good idea to set non-scale goals. Maybe you want to fit into a certain pair of jeans, or maybe you want to increase your activity level. Whatever it is, focus on those goals instead of just the number on the scale. You'll find that these non-scale victories can be just as satisfying, if not more so, than losing weight. And remember, patience is key. The weight will come off, but it might take time. Stay committed and trust the process. Your body knows what it's doing, even if it takes longer than you'd like. Number 6, practical tips, meal ideas, and cooking hacks. All right, so we've covered the why. Now let's talk about the how. How do you make the carnivore diet work for you without spending all day in the kitchen or getting bored of the same old meals? The key is to keep things simple and focus on what you enjoy. For breakfast, scrambled eggs and butter with bacon on the side makes a satisfying and tasty meal. If you're in a hurry, hard-boiled eggs are a great grab-and-go option. When it comes to lunch and dinner, think big. Grilled steaks, roasted chicken thighs, or charcoal grilled ribs are all excellent choices. If you're short on time, an air fryer can be your best friend. It cooks meat quickly and keeps it juicy, without all the hassle of grilling or roasting. Don't be afraid to experiment with different cuts of meat. Ribeye is a fan favorite, but don't overlook pork belly or lamb chops. One of the best things about the carnivore diet is its simplicity. You don't need a bunch of fancy ingredients or complicated recipes. Just focus on high-quality meats, cook them to your liking, and enjoy. And if you ever get bored, try changing up your cooking methods. Grilling, baking, slow cooking, and even sous vide can all bring out different flavors and textures in your meat. Number 7, listening to your body. The key to success. No two bodies are the same, and that's especially true on the carnivore diet. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's okay. The key is to listen to your body and adjust as needed. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. If you find that certain cuts of meat or cooking methods don't sit well with you, don't be afraid to switch things up. This diet is all about finding what works best for you and making sure you feel your best. It's also important to listen to your hunger signals. On the carnivore diet, you'll find that your appetite naturally adjusts. You might not feel hungry as often, and that's okay. Trust your body and eat when you're hungry, but don't force yourself to eat just because it's mealtime. And if you ever hit a roadblock, don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's joining a carnivore community online or consulting with a healthcare professional, there are plenty of resources out there to support you on your journey. So there you have it. You've made it through the carnivore crash course. By now, you should have a good understanding of why the weight might not be coming off as quickly as you'd like, and what you can do to change that. Remember, this diet is all about what works for you. It's about eating foods that make you feel good, staying committed, and trusting the process. The carnivore diet isn't just a quick fix. It's a lifestyle. And like any lifestyle change, it takes time, patience, and a little bit of trial and error. But with the right mindset and the tips you've learned today, you're well on your way to success. So go ahead, embrace the fat, ditch the snacks, and focus on those hearty meals. Keep your expectations realistic, and remember that weight loss isn't always a straight line. Most importantly, listen to your body and enjoy the journey. You've got this. Want more? Watch our next video by clicking here.